In this episode, an update on Storyville Gardens coming to Nashville. Hey, it's Mark, your host. Welcome back to your Creative Brief. If you remember back to Season 1, Episode 26, I think it was, we talked about Storyville Gardens for the first time. It's this new Nashville theme park, dining, shopping, accommodations experience, all based on popular children's stories. And the park also heavily promotes children's literacy, which I think is a very unique and positive angle to it. So it's been a little bit of time, and the park's opening date has been pushed back to sometime in 2025. And anytime you have something like that happen, you're going to start getting some negative rumblings and speculation on places like Reddit and YouTube and such. But I've been noticing some really interesting, optimistic things online and thought I'd share those with you. Now, first of all, I just want to share a perspective that even Walt Disney World has had crazy high attendance of people paying for Genie Plus and everything, kind of that COVID revenge travel. And even they have had to either defer or even outright cancel some of the projects that they wanted to do right now. Even in their last D23, at the end, it was really kind of a blue sky session where they weren't fully committing to things like the land beyond Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So you've even got Walt Disney World kind of needing to be a little bit hesitant and cautious as they're moving forward with projects. So if you're new here to Your Creative Brief, I am a co-owner of a branding agency. I have no affiliation or benefit in any way from Storyville Gardens. I did have a Zoom meeting with the developers, Delisa and LD Guerrier, a while back, and they just really struck me, impressed me as quality real estate developers, have a lot of Nashville local connections, do great philanthropic work, and are just people really filled with faith. While there have been no official announcements lately about an opening date or the park's exact location, there's been like these little hints and Easter eggs and reading between the lines that I'll share with you that again have left me optimistic. There's been this construction bid out here online for the public to see for a while now, letting you know, this is a serious project. It goes beyond just a concept. And on May 10th on Facebook, there was this post from Storyville Gardens where someone commented concerns about if the park was ever going to open. And Storyville Gardens replied that it is still happening and that there is a lot of work going on behind the scenes that we can't see. And then on April 8th, there's a podcast called The Sweep Spot from two former Disney employees, and they featured an interview with Mel McGowan. Now, Mel is one of the heads of Storyland Studios, and he's kind of one of the chief creatives on this Storyville Gardens project. Mel's background includes working for Disney, so this guy is a heavy hitter. If you take a look at Storyland Studios' client work, it features projects for FAO Schwartz, Legoland, Universal, Sega, Knott's Berry Farm. All these are major big-time players in the themed attraction and entertainment world. Anyway, in this podcast, he mentions recently being in the Nashville area meeting with a county commissioner about the land for a project. Now, he doesn't name Storyville Gardens by name, but he talks about what type of project it is and how they promote children's literacy, so you can put two and two together. And in fact, if you look at some of these other posts from Mel or about Mel, it shows that he is not only in the Nashville area at the time, he's at an event with Delisa, one of the developers of the Storyville Gardens project. So all these little signs that we're seeing out there, I think really genuinely do point to the project moving forward. And for me, it's understandable that a project of this size, or really a lot of businesses right now, can't play all of their cards or give hyper-specific details on things because they have to be agile and nimble. Now, you may be wondering why I am talking about story parks and theme parks on Your Creative Brief, and it's just because those hit creativity on like an uber level, all the way back to Walt Disney in the early days of Imagineering, just kind of creating the impossible. And in fact, I hope in my next episode to introduce you to another person who is planning a brand new story park. We're going to learn a little bit about his background and his plans for the park and maybe a possible location. As always, I appreciate it when you take the time to like one of my videos and subscribe to the channel. And I love hearing from you if you'd like to drop a comment or a question below. That'll do it for this episode. I'm Mark for your Creative Brief.